What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be breaking down the new trailer for Pokemon Arceus and discussing everything that we can find out from this particular trailer. Do let me know in the comments how you felt about the presentation, your thoughts on the game itself. Are you looking forward to it? Are you not liking what you're seeing? Let me know everything down in the comments below, and also let me know who your starter will be. As always, if you do like the video, please go ahead and leave it a like. It drastically helps out this baby channel and I very much appreciate it. So let's get into the trailer. The trailer opens with a bunch of different Pokemon frolicking around in the wild, where we are introduced to the Hisui region. This game will be blending in action and RPG elements, which we'll get into later on in the video. This game does take place in a time where Pokemon and people did not coexist as we are familiar with, so it seems that throughout your journey you will be a key player in establishing and forming the nexus between people and Pokemon. We are then shown a range of different environments, and within those environments are the range of different Pokemon that you'll come across in your play. Different Pokemon will all have different temperaments as well, so when you approach it you'll get a different outcome. Some will come up to you, some are a little more passive and will start to flee, others are quite aggressive and they will actually start to attack you. The different natures of the Pokemon will dictate how you approach them in the wild, so if they're likely to run away, you'll need to use the tall grass and sneak up on them. I really do like this feature as it changes your approach for each Pokemon rather than just a simple encounter, battle and then catch. There is a new element of strategy here and I'm actually quite a fan of it. Now, as I said before, and one big change that they've added into this franchise is that you now need to be careful about how you conduct yourself in the wild, as Pokemon will attack you. If you are hit too many times, you will faint, and coming back to the base camp will allow you to restore yours and your Pokemon's health. I really like this idea, again bringing a new level of strategy and planning to your gameplay, and I can just imagine that you'll be going after one Pokemon where another one spots you and tries to attack you. It will force players to be incredibly aware of their surroundings and will make for some really fun gameplay. And to be honest, it actually just makes sense for the Pokemon world. We've seen Pokemon attack people in the anime, so it's actually kind of surprising to me that it's taken so long for that element to be added into a game. In terms of battling and capturing, that has also changed too. In terms of the capturing, there seems to be two ways to go about this. So you can throw a Pokeball that contains one of your Pokemon at a Pokemon in the wild to start the traditional turn-based battles. Or, it appears that with some Pokemon, you can simply throw your ball at them and that might actually be enough to capture them without instigating a battle. I'm assuming that the latter would only be possible for more passive Pokemon or the ones that you sneak up on. We'll get more into the battling a little later on. Now, this map is set in the past and it is known as a Hisui region, as we said before. The main hub or village is known as the Jubilee Village. This area will eventually become the Sinnoh region, which makes absolutely perfect sense as to why they're releasing this game shortly after the Diamond and Pearl remakes. The villains in the Diamond and Pearl games was Team Galactic, and a form of them were mentioned in this game under the Galaxy Expedition team. So it does look like we may be seeing the potential origins of that team to some degree. Your goal in this game is to become a member of the Survey Corps. There are other corps such as Security Corps and the Medical Corps. It would be cool to be able to choose what corps you want to join, but I guess they haven't leaned that far into the RPG elements. As I said, you'll be joining the Survey Corps with the intention to complete the first ever Pokédex, which is really cool. This will basically just be field research. You will also be given a bunch of quests and assignments that you'll go out and complete in the wild, then come back to turn them in and hand in your research. It even looks like there will be individual research tasks for specific Pokemon, such as the number of times you've caught it, you've defeated it, using specific moves, and the times you've evolved it. This then adds to your research level for that specific Pokemon, so doing this for the roughly 900 plus Pokemon, completionists are gonna have a large battle in front of them. I do really like this feature as it gives players sort of little things to do along their way in the journey, lots of little micro wins which I think will keep players engaged. You don't always need to go through the main story, you can always do some little side missions along the way. As you do more research on the specific Pokemon, you can also find out extra little details, including things that they like, such as the foods that they prefer. Going back to the map, you can also see that there's an area called the Obsidian Fieldlands, and there is also a mission assigned to you to speak to Professor Laventon, so there seems to be a big integration of missions and tasks to do that will fall outside of the main story. Now, speaking of Professor Laventon, you will be given a starter Pokemon just like in every other Pokemon game, and these starters are the usual fire, water and grass type. Now, your choices between these starters are actually from Pokemon who have already made an appearance in previous games. They are Rowlet, Cyndaquil and Oshawott. Now, at first, these may actually seem a little random, however, the final evolution of all 3 Pokemon listed have strong ties and inspirations to ancient Japanese archers, militaries, and samurais. Moving into the actual Pokeballs itself, you can see that the Pokeballs are very primitive and old, and what I assume to be the first iterations of the Pokeballs that we know today. This game will also introduce a crafting mechanic, so you can actually craft Pokeballs and other items to take with you on your travels. At certain base camps, you'll be able to buy items or craft them, and yes, you will be able to craft the Pokeballs. You can see in the trailer, a normal Pokeball requires 1 Apricorn and 1 Tumblestone, whereas the Heavy Ball requires 1 Apricorn and 1 Black Tumblestone. Now, if you read the description of the Heavy Ball, it states that this ball is too heavy to fly high or far. However, it is effective if you manage to hit an unsuspecting Pokemon. I really do like how the different balls are now more than just different catch rates. You need to consider the weight of the ball and how far you can actually throw it, and consider its range, which will drastically influence your distance and decision making when it comes to trying to catch certain Pokemon in the wild. Already I can see this simple change to Pokeballs drastically changing the gameplay when trying to sneak up and catch Pokemon in the wild. I'm also assuming, but I can't guarantee, that you'll simply be able to just buy Pokeballs from a store within the village or a store that you may come across in the travels. I can't guarantee that, but I can only make that assumption. You can also see in a different part of the trailer as well that there is just a normal Pokeball and what looks to be the primitive versions of the Great and Ultra Ball. Now, getting into the battles, as we stated before. Pokemon are now able to attack twice in a row, and this is solely based on their speed. Battles have changed a little with the addition of a strong style and agility style. Both styles influence what's known as your action order, which is basically the order of each Pokemon in the battle and the order that they attack in. Your moves in battle will have an option to choose between these different styles and can make a large impact to the way that a battle pans out. If you decide to put a strong style on a move, it will increase the power of that move, however lowers your speed. This means that the action order may change, leaving yourself open and vulnerable to more attacks from the opposing Pokemon while you are waiting for your next turn. Conversely, if you use an agility style, it lowers the power of that particular move, however it will allow you to attack faster, possibly even allowing you to attack twice in a row. This strikes a nice balance between your personal preference. Do you go in as a tank and try to take out the Pokemon in the fewest amount of hits possible, with the trade-off of possibly leaving yourself vulnerable, or do you become slightly more strategic and lower your attack, but get more hits in? It's up to you, but I love that addition of strategy. Now, moving into the new Pokemon, just like every other Pokemon game that introduces a new region, comes a slew of new Pokemon. This new region will add a bunch of new different Pokemon, and we did see a few in the trailer today. So first we have Weirdeer, who has evolved from a Stantler. The next one we have is a Basculegion, who is straight up possessed by the souls of dead Basculins. We also have new region-specific Pokemon of Pokemon we've received in past generations, such as a Braviary and a Growlithe. We also see the character yeet themselves off a cliff and turn the Braviary into a glider, so to speak. We then see the character use a Basculegion on the water and the Weirdeer on the land, which hints at bikes and other forms of transports will actually be replaced with Pokemon themselves. I love that you can use a saddle on a particular Pokemon and use them as a mount. I think that's a great idea, and I can't wait to try this out on different Pokemon and see who would be the fastest or the most agile around the lands. Now, doing some digging, as I haven't played Diamond or Pearl, some of the characters in this newest trailer resemble existing characters introduced in those games. Take Professor Rowan from Diamond and Pearl and compare him to Kamado. Extremely similar. Captain Cylene, seen in this trailer, also bears a remarkable resemblance to the Team Galactic leader, Cyrus. The symbols for the Galaxy Expedition team also has very similar ties to the Team Galactic logo. It's very similar in its coloring and its overall shape, so it is without a doubt that this game has incredibly strong ties to the Diamond and Pearl games, which only makes sense as to why they are remaking them and re-releasing them before this game. Now, in the trailer we do see something that makes Pokemon go a little crazy. They have red eyes and become extremely hostile, which will most likely be one of the main things that you'll need to research in your time with this survey call. If you did notice as well, the Pokemon with the red eyes have a new icon next to their name in battle, which I can only assume makes them stronger, harder to fight, and harder to capture. So guys, that's everything I was able to pick up in the game. What do you guys think of the game? For me, I do feel like there are definitely some very interesting features being added into the game to make it a little different and refresh the franchise a little. I didn't play past 3rd gen, and the last Pokemon game I have played was Omega Ruby, so I am fairly behind with the newer mechanics of the latest Pokemon games, and for that matter, the Pokemon themselves. This trailer has definitely made me excited for the game, and I will definitely be picking this one up. The one drawback I can see, and a lot of other people are pointing this out as well, is the game's graphics. In my opinion, and just having played some incredibly looking games on the Switch, I feel like this game could look better in terms of its graphics. I understand that this isn't the final game being shown, and that there is still some time for them to work on it from now until its release, but for me, I think it could look a little better. There have been some better looking games on the Switch. For me, primarily, as long as the gameplay is good, I'm happy to write off the graphics. Graphics will always be secondary to me, only beaten by good gameplay. But let me know your thoughts down below. Are you going to be picking this one up? Who are you going to choose to be your starter? And let me know if I missed anything. Now, I will be streaming this game as well as the Diamond Pearl remakes over on my Twitch and also on this YouTube channel. So if you do want to see that, go ahead and subscribe to this channel and also follow me on Twitch. As always guys, if you did like the video, please go ahead and leave it a like. I very much appreciate that. Take care and stay safe out there, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video about Marvel's Spider-Man PS4 sequel. Take care guys, bye.